The first sign that something was wrong came when I checked my unemployment account online 3 months earlier. I had lost my job as a marketing coordinator. The technology company I worked for had run out of money and had to lay off several employees. My unemployment benefits were very important because they helped me pay my rent and buy basic things while I looked for another job. One morning, I logged into my state unemployment account to check my payments. What I saw shocked me. 3 weekly payments totaling $1,247 were listed as processed and mailed to me, but I had never received any of them. I checked my mailbox again, even though I already knew the checks were not there. My apartment building had secure mailboxes, and I had never had a problem with my mail before. I called the unemployment office and waited almost an hour before a representative named Maria Santos answered. "Ms. Thompson, our records show that 3 checks were mailed to your address," she said. They were all cashed 2 to 5 days after they were mailed. My heart started beating faster. Cashed? By whom? I asked. Maria checked the records. The signatures appear to match our records, but I can request copies of the canceled checks for you. I never cashed those checks, I said. Maria told me the copies could take 7 to 10 business days. I gave her my email address and asked if they could be sent sooner. Something was seriously wrong. While I waited, I thought about who could have gotten access to my mail. I lived alone, and my mailbox was locked. The only people who had ever had access to my apartment besides me were my parents. 2 months earlier, I had given my parents a spare key because I was going out of town for a friend's wedding. They had offered to water my plants while I was away. When I returned, they gave the key back, but now I wondered if they had made a copy. During that weekend, my parents had also offered to collect my mail. At the time, I thought they were simply trying to help. Now I wasn't so sure. My parents had been having money problems. My father's hours at the factory had been cut, and they had started asking relatives for loans. They had also hinted several times that I should help them more financially. I had already given them what I could, even though I was unemployed myself. Still, they always seemed to need more. A few days later, the canceled checks arrived in my email. I opened them. My stomach dropped. The 3 checks were made out to me, Sarah Thompson, but someone had signed my name on the back. The signature was fake. I knew my own handwriting. Whoever had signed those checks was not me. Then I noticed something even more disturbing. All 3 checks had been cashed at a check cashing store near my parents' neighborhood. I had never gone there. The checks had been cashed during weekday mornings when I had been at home applying for jobs. I called my mother. "Mom, did you or Dad pick up any mail from my apartment recently?" Her answer came very quickly. "Sarah, we haven't been to your apartment since you came back from that wedding." "I'm not accusing anyone," I said. "I'm just trying to understand what happened to 3 unemployment checks that were mailed to me but cashed somewhere else. Maybe the post office made a mistake," she replied. But that explanation didn't make sense. A postal mistake could explain a missing check. It could not explain a forged signature and someone cashing the check. I decided not to accuse my parents without proof. Instead, I started collecting evidence. I contacted